Hey everyone, welcome back to Pop Up Fizzle. This is Heidi back again with another episode of Deep Space Nine. I have a little bit of a different setup here. Usually we watch shows on Jeff's iPad, but he went out to write and I'm here. So he needed his iPad for that. So we are using my laptop. Hopefully it'll be okay. Anyway, I am so excited to get towards the back end of season 2. I know that we've been a little bit spotty. We used to try to get everything on a schedule out, but we are just working on getting ready for this move. We have been packing, cleaning out stuff. I don't even want to know how many 26-gallon construction trash bags we've thrown away of things that we moved from our old house to this apartment and that we're like, oh yeah, we really didn't need that. So we're paring down even more. So anybody who has moved a house or an apartment, a full house or apartment, knows that it is just one of those things, and you wind up picking up all sorts of stuff along the way, and then you're like, well, there's stuff that I need and stuff that I don't need. Whatever. Anyway, I'm excited because I am back to Deep Space Nine. Last episode was Blood Oath, and we were following Jadzia Dax honoring a blood oath that Curzon Dax had made with 3 Klingon warriors. They were apparently well over 100 years old each. Again, this is one of those things where I'm pretty sure that I know that Klingons live longer than humans and possibly Trills, but also I'm not exactly sure what the life expectancy is. However, it had been a blood oath that had been made 80 years prior, and Jadzia, through the Dax symbiote, remembered and felt so strongly about that oath that she had to go along with the Klingons to avenge the deaths of their sons. So it was a great episode. It was a lot of fun, and I was really glad that there was a Jadzia Dax episode that was going to be out here on YouTube. I mentioned it before, every episode left in season 2 is going to be out here on YouTube. Of course, if you do want to watch my full reactions, they're going to be on Patreon. Normal YouTube things. If you like what we've got going on here, please feel free to subscribe, like the video, comment. Everyone who's commented has been so kind. So I really do appreciate that from all of you. So thank you for that. I'm just delighted that there's so much more. I'm going to be very, very sad at the end of the 7 seasons when I'm getting down to the very last episodes. But right now I've got episode, let's see, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. You're watching me count, sorry. 7 more episodes, and I am also more than delighted that I have planned my schedule accordingly, because this next set of 2 is a 2-parter. This is called the Maquis, and like I said, I'm on my laptop, so it's a different interface than what we have on Jeff's iPad. So I don't even have that little blurb in the corner that I normally do, so I don't even know anything about what's going to be happening here. So I'm just excited to get into it, and here we go. Cardassians, okay.
DS9 to Bacnor, shut down your engines. Repeat, shut down your engines.
Oh no. Oh my gosh!
Some kind of impulse overload.
Report to rescue stations. We have an SID in progress.
There's no one left to rescue.
So I mentioned it in the intro that there's probably going to be some conflict because of a Cardassian ship leaving a Bajoran station blowing up.
I've got every admiral within subspace range on my back. Can I at least tell them that it looks like an accident?
Well, I wouldn't do that yet. All Bajoran outposts have been put on alert for retaliatory strikes. The provisional government has made a statement disavowing any responsibility. Well, I'm picking up traces of a Marcassium compound.
We don't share that technology with anyone.
I'm pretty sure it was an implosive protomatter device. This doesn't look like an accident.
Cal, thanks for coming on such short notice.
I wish it didn't take a disaster like this to bring us back together again.
Hi, Calvin.
Jadzia Dax.
Dax? Well, you look a lot better than when last I saw you.
Commander Calvin Hudson, Starfleet's attaché to the Federation colonies in the new demilitarized zone.
I wonder if we're ever going to see what Curzon Dax looked like.
She's not Curzon.
No, you two aren't, I mean...
Oh no. She may not be Curzon, but she is Dax.
How is Jake?
As tall as me?
No.
He's growing up too fast.
It must have been difficult for you. At least I didn't have a child to raise by myself.
I heard about Gretchen.
You can't imagine how my life has changed since the Federation abandoned these colonies. I am supposed to help these colonies function under the terms of the new treaty. The treaty gave away their territory to the Cardassians. You know why they can't leave.
As the two ranking officers along the Cardassian border, we've been asked to assess the potential risk.
If I were you, I'd be very concerned with security along the Bajoran border.
Hey, that guy. So not a Bajoran, and he was speaking to a Vulcan. Who are these two? Ah, Quark, you and your laudanum.
You are counting your receipts. It is logical to conclude you are the proprietor of the establishment.
You're very observant. What can I do for you?
It is a private matter. I would rather not discuss it here.
This guy.
Thank you.
Oop.
Your son is not here, Commander.
What? Why are you in my quarters?
I'm here as your friend.
Mm.
Oh, by the way, I love what you've done with these quarters.
Kira to Cisco. Jake's fine, Commander.
Thank you, Major. What are you doing here?
In my quarters.
Central Command has no idea I'm here.
Why would you want to help me?
I know you to be an honorable man. It's my job to convince you.
Education is power. Joy is vulnerability.
Hmm.
Your reaction surprises me, Commander. Of all the humans I've met, you strike me as the most joyless and
I am when I'm with you.
I'm looking forward to getting to know you better on this journey.
I think we know each other well enough.
Cardassian pursuit vessels are years ahead of this design.
A Federation merchant vessel under attack by Cardassians.
Open a channel.
Go ahead.
This is Gul Dukat. I order you to immediately disengage your attack.
Or I personally will fire the photons that will destroy you.
Tell me when we're in torpedo range.
Stand by. I'm picking up another ship moving toward them.
It's a Federation signature, I believe, Commander.
Oh.
They've managed to start their own little war out here.
The commencement of a new business relationship is the most special occasion for any Ferengi.
I will attempt to respect some of your cultural idiosyncrasies.
Rule of acquisition number 214. Never begin a business negotiation on an empty stomach. Every Ferengi business transaction is governed by 285 rules of acquisition.
To create a code of behavior for business transactions
Is logical. I've always had the greatest respect for Vulcans. You're a noble people, and I salute you. What kind of business proposition do you have in mind?
I wish to procure weapons.
I beg your pardon.
Hello. Don't talk about that.
My list is quite extensive.
You're a gun runner?
Federation merchant ship refused to be boarded.
So your ship just decided to open fire.
Ben, what are you doing here?
I'm not sure yet.
I'm glad you're here to listen to this, Commander, because none of the ships would respond to our hails. Well, obviously they had their hands full.
With an unprovoked attack.
Do you deny that the Federation is engaging in organized terrorist activities against the Cardassian people?
The Federation does not conduct secret wars.
We have the confession of the Federation terrorist responsible for the destruction of the Bok Nor at your station, Commander.
Confession?
He was quite cooperative once we apprehended him on Deep Space Nine.
I have confessed that as a member of a well-armed anti-Cardassian force organized by Federation colonists, I set an implosion device that destroyed the freighter at Bok Nor.
He confessed quite early in the interrogation procedure.
We want to talk to him ourselves.
Bring him in. He committed suicide in his cell.
Oh, well. Did he? Oh, wow. That was a launch.
We'll talk later. You go on.
Feels like he has zero authority.
Bill Samuels was a farmer, and the Federation told him he had to give it all up to the Cardassians.
You really think they'd risk sending weapons into the demilitarized zone and breaking the treaty?
That sounds about right. Would the Bok Nor have been transferring weapons to someone else?
Do you think he did it?
I don't know.
Hmm.
They could have forced him to make a false confession and then killed him.
I don't think Gul Dukat would drag me all the way here unless he knew he could prove it. Are these colonists organizing some kind of terrorist campaign?
Well, if they are, they're not about to tell me about it.
You're very quiet, Commander.
He usually is.
We knew about Samuels before we left.
I was surprised as you were by his death. A good interrogator doesn't allow his subject to die. You lose the advantage.
Your man was responsible for the deaths of 78 innocent crewmen.
But if the Bac Nord was carrying weapons, I would know. And on the lives of my children, I swear to you, it was not.
I didn't know you had children.
Yeah, I was going to say, does he have children?
7.
Oh. Hey there, gun runner.
I received your message. How soon will it be available? My plans have changed. Can your source have the materials ready by tonight?
If there's anything else I can do to assist you in your investigation.
I think I can handle it from here.
Can you?
Is there anything you'd like me to communicate to the provisional government?
Tell them some reckless colonist in the demilitarized zone blew up the Bac Nord. There's no further threat of Cardassian reprisals to Bajor.
Are we facing the prospect of war here?
Not if I can help it.
I know what those colonists are going through. The Cardassians are the enemy, not your own colonists.
I've been sent to relieve you. There must be some mistake. I just reported for duty an hour.
Oh, Vulcan neck pinch.
We have been asked to escort you to Airlock 11, sir.
Is there a problem? Where's Commander Sisko?
Oh, nothing gets past you. But also, it's not like he's defenseless, but, you know, phasers do their things.
Commander, we just received a general subspace transmission from somewhere in the demilitarized zone. A group there is taking credit for the kidnapping of Dukat. They're calling themselves the Maquis.
Commander, the Klingon freighter 2 light years from the demilitarized zone has ID'd the warp signature. The ship did change course just as you predicted.
Their heading takes them into the Badlands.
Badlands.
It's a stretch of the Cardassian border. Ships try to avoid a lot of plasma storms in the area.
A lot of sword fighting as well.
What do you plan to do if we catch up with them?
We're going to get Gul Dukat back by any means necessary.
I've located the ship.
Those are human life signs.
Is there a Cardassian among them?
No, sir.
Prepare to beam down.
Oh. How are we not hearing this, Sisko?
To see you had no trouble finding us, Ben.
Mm-hmm.
It seems that one disaster after another keeps bringing us back together again.
He seemed not quite right. All right. So, end part 1 of the Maquis. I thought about it. I was like, I should probably look up what that means. And I didn't. So I'm just going to be a dum-dum about it and figure that out another time. This is a great episode. Finally catching up with the threads from earlier in the season where we knew that the Cardassians were trying to undermine the Bajoran provisional government. We know that that was happening. I didn't know that Human Federation colonists were involved in another area as well. So now we found this out. And then we found out that, in fact, there is some organized terrorist activity. I feel like that's like the very very quotable for this particular episode. Not disorganized terrorist activity, of course. No, organized. So there that is. I don't know. I thought that other commander was kind of weird. And it's always, when you have an episode where you have your established cast, you have, bringing in a new character, a guest star, you always have to wonder what they're there for, what they're going to do to further the story. And since this is a very arc-heavy story, he's going to be somebody who will be a big role in this. So I'm glad to see that, there's my suspicion was slightly founded. I was just like, he's weird. But, I was trying to play it off like, hey, there's not just one commander in the middle of nowhere in Bajoran space, but, he's one of Benjamin, that is, I'm talking about him. He's one of many. This was great. I felt like there was not a whole lot of reason for Dr. Bashir to be on the ship, on the runabout, trying to get to where Gul Dukat was, other than the person to ask that question. What will you do when we run into our Human Federation colonists? So just kind of playing off that other side. We already know how Kira feels about all of this, and so we're gonna get into more of it. I'm so excited about seeing the. I'm glad I like I said in the beginning that I timed it right so that I would be seeing the part 1 and 2 on the same day, because I think I would be a little more than upset to miss, to have to wait to see the second part. My schedule has been nuts because we are prepping to move and I still have to work and there's a whole lot going on. So there's that. Not too much else to say. I'm just ready to get into the next one. So I think we're going to go ahead and do that. So thank you so much for joining me. And I think I'll probably have more thoughts at the end of the second episode. All right. Thanks again and bye.